Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. I truly do appreciate it. In one of my previous videos, I spoke about how words have power, and in this video, I want to speak about how your silence has just as much power. So when you're on your journey to higher consciousness or just to elevating to become your higher self, one of the things you will deal with is lower vibrational beings or people whose energy is so low that their bodies get hijacked by low energy, low frequency demons, whichever you want to call them. Their sole purpose is getting you to lower your energy, lower your frequency and vibration, and get you to be on their level. Our jobs is to continue to keep our vibrations high so that we can continue to raise the overall vibration here on earth. And sometimes the best way to do that is by staying silent and protecting your energy. I'm going to go ahead and add my disclaimer, which is that I like to pull from multiple points of views when I add these videos. My goal is never to offend anyone. It's simply to either spark the light that's inside of you or to help you to continue to grow and elevate. I like to say, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get into the videos.
Once you realize the power of your silence, that is when you become a very dangerous person. When you stop giving people a reaction, you stop responding, you stop engaging, you actually just start disengaging for real. You just disappear. Oh my gosh, you're gonna start irritating a lot of spirit. People love attention, and when you take that attention away from them, they get very upset. That's why nowadays I don't really argue with people, because I realize you don't have to. I couldn't even tell you the last time I got into an argument with somebody, because I really just be chilling. I'll be like, oh, okay. I mean, it is what it is. Instead of getting all bent out of shape and trying to prove a point to somebody and prove this, that, and the third, prove nothing. Absolutely nada, nothing. Some of y'all like to be motor mouth and you going back and forth. No. Stop it. We're done doing that. Instead, start telling people you like it. I love it. Stand on your decision. Wish them the best. And you just fall off the face of the planet. They cannot hear from you. They don't hear from you. You shut it down. Access denied. It's over. Never underestimate the power of who you are as a person. Because if somebody cannot understand your value in your presence, then they're going to have to try to figure it out in your absence forever.
Something I wish someone would have told me a long time ago is that true power is in silence. The more you talk, the more power you lose and the more credibility you lose. All that crashing out, all of that rah-rah, all of those hurtful words you say to people who hurt you, all of the threats you make that are empty. The devil has you exactly where he wants you. You don't have control over your emotions, which means you're living by your flesh, which also means you're going to make decisions by your flesh. So you lose all your power because you're being controlled by your flesh. Yeah, silence. If you really going to stand on business, okay.
As a therapist, and honestly just through life experience, I've learned that not responding really puts you in like the craziest state of power. See, we have to understand energy and the way it flows and exchanges. Everything, literally everything, is energy. So knowing all about that keeps you ahead, and at very least just keeps you in the game. The first law of thermodynamics says that energy cannot be created or destroyed. And this is very powerful knowledge to have because it means something on a deeper level. If it can't be created or destroyed, it means that it can only be transferred from one thing to another, especially within a system. So when there's someone you have a relationship with, a parent, a friend, a coworker, or even a minor relation like an acquaintance, if someone says something to you that you don't like, they are actually transferring energy to you. Because as mentioned, everything is energy, including thoughts and words. And depending on what is said, it carries a certain frequency, a certain vibration. It could either carry a high frequency and be uplifting. Like, you ever hear somebody say something to you and it just brightens your day? That's not just because they said something nice. That's because those words carried a specific energy and intention behind it. On the other side of that, somebody can say something that carries a very low frequency, which can make you feel bad, sad, angry, combative, whatever. But the bigger picture here is that they are literally sending something to you, and you have the option to either rebuke it or receive it. And that's where this gets good, right? And you get your power back because you can literally send something back. Remember, energy transfers back and forth within a system. And yes, a simple conversation with someone creates a system between the two people interacting. So since energy can only be transferred back and forth, when they say something, you have the option to send it back. And this can happen in many ways, but the best way is by not responding or interacting. Engaging with someone is what creates the system between the two. So disengaging removes you from the system. So their energy, their words can no longer infiltrate you simply because the system is broken once you choose not to interact. This is when we see the angry, negative people that can't get through to you either crash out or start disrespecting someone else. That anger, envy, judgment is heavy. Low frequency, very heavy. So it's literally heavy. And because it's so heavy, as a human trying to survive, naturally, that person will hope to release it. They are unconsciously looking to transfer it. A lot of times, negative people don't even know that they're negative. They don't recognize that they're really mad. They just feel something heavy inside of them and they're trying to get rid of it. And if you're close enough, or if you're engaging with a person like this, you may become the target of transfer. And this is how we end up in drama or being talked about, judged by people we don't know, whatever. You're a good person, always getting caught up in stuff. You're either too close or interacting with someone who's trying to transfer that out of them. But it's all good because you know this now. So we're not responding to it. We're not meeting people where they're at. We are disengaging from these systems so we can be freed from whatever negative energy is trying to be transferred to us. Silence is power. Okay, love y'all forever. Mwah.
I want you to know that your disassociation with certain folks hurts them more than getting revenge on them. You have to understand that the devil, lower energies working through people's spirits, they stay alive by getting your attention. Whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it is in between, as long as they can just extract some type of life force, spiritual energy from you, they stay alive. And I want you to understand that the enemy is losing his grip on humanity today because of your disassociation with certain people. You used to go out of your way to try to be nice to folks. You used to try to go out of your way to try to please folks. You used to go out of your way to prove that you are a good person, and now you've begun to turn in the opposite direction. You done totally turn around and went in the opposite way. And I want you to understand that all of them people that took you for granted, all of them people that set up and talk crazy about you, all of them people that was sitting there just taking from you, and they never gave anything to you because of the fact that you decided that you were better than that, and you disassociated yourself with that right there. They're sick today. I want you to understand, baby, your silence is golden.
Don't y'all know that silence is a beautiful weapon? You know you waste too much energy going back and forth with somebody who don't even care, right? See, if they don't appreciate your presence, you gotta bless them with your absence. Always stand on business when it comes about your respect. Never play about that. And silence is key. You ain't gotta say nothing to nobody. They know what they did, and they know what they was doing. They knew their plots, and they knew their schemes. And every single fiery dart that they had behind your back, it's going to be struck down by the fire from heaven. So you remain silent. You ain't got to say a word. Let the Most High take care of that. All right? Hope y'all have a blessed day.
Your silence is powerful. Sit in a room and be quiet. Watch somebody say something to you. You ain't got to do nothing. You ain't got to say nothing but be in your lane and watch somebody trying to get in your lane. Oh, they going to call you stuck up. Your humbleness causes problems to these demons. Your good spirit ain't allowed everywhere. That's why you don't go everywhere with everybody. Go where you are congratulated. Go where you invited. Go where the peace at. All that noise around you, them demons gonna be disturbed by you. They can feel your energy. Oh, they gonna say you got a big ego. You acting funny. You don't want to talk to us. I don't want to be in every conversation that I don't want to talk about. I can't relate to negativity. I can't relate to gossip. I can't relate to problems. I don't want to be in that because that is not me. That's not where I want to be.
Don't get upset with people. Don't get upset with situations, because here is the truth. They really don't have any real power until you react. Your response is the handoff. Yes, the moment you respond, that's when you're giving them the power and enabling them to disturb your peace. If you're silent, if you're centered, you're protecting your energy. So don't give your energy for these unwanted people or unnecessary situations to disturb your peace. Let silence be your response. Let peace be your protection. Not everything needs your energy. Your energy is so sacred. So protect it.
I don't know who need to hear this, but sometimes silence is the loudest boundary you can set. Yeah. Sometimes you saying nothing says everything. Let us unpack it. I need you to start being okay with your energy speaking for itself. I need you to get comfortable with not explaining yourself. I need you to get comfortable with not overextending yourself. I need you to get comfortable with saying no. I need you to get comfortable with choosing you. You have done enough for the ungrateful. You have done enough for the people who act like they don't see you when in reality you inspire them. Okay? So I need for you to make a commitment to yourself to not shrink anymore, to not settle, to not be in survival just because that's what you were taught, just because that's what you were used to. It's time to not be used to what we are used to. Okay? It's time for you to allow your silence to be the loudest boundary, because we're done repeating ourselves. You said what you said. Now all you can do is show people better than you could tell them. All right? So I don't know who needed to hear that, but baby, your silence is power. All right?
I don't know how to be fake. I just become very quiet around energy I can't vibe with. It's not even shade. It's just, why force myself to fit where I don't belong? I used to think I had to keep everybody comfortable, smile through the weird vibes, pretend like nothing was off. But the older I get, the more I realize that silence is actually power. You don't have to argue with folks these days. You don't have to explain. You don't even have to give attitude. Just pull your energy back. Protect your peace. If somebody's aura feels heavy, if the room feels funny, it's okay to go quiet. Quiet doesn't mean weak. Quiet means wise. And the right people, they'll never make you shrink yourself. They'll make you feel safe to be loud, soft, goofy, whatever version of you shows up that day. So don't take it personal when I get quiet. I'm just listening to my spirit, and she always tells me when the vibe is off.
Sometimes no response is the best response when you realize that some people simply just want to be a part of your life, to have a bit of your energy, a bit of your presence. This is why picking your battles is extremely important, and being selective with who you choose to have around you doesn't necessarily make you a bad or mean person. It makes you a person of standard, and knowing what you tolerate and what you won't tolerate is just a part of that coin when you decide to become selective of who gets your time, energy, and your voice and your reactions.
You gotta start being selfish and stingy with your energy. Don't be out here just dapping up and hugging and, handshaking anybody. At the end of the day, you have to protect your inner peace. And sometimes a person may not have the best intentions behind why they want to really be close to you. Sometimes you being such a high vibrational person makes a person's insecurities and things like that come out, like these traumas that they've always hidden, but you walking so confident in your light, it just makes them want to envy you. So, whenever you handshake somebody sometimes and you dap up somebody and then out of nowhere you become under the weather, you start feeling drained, and you may have been having a really great day before. That's the reason, because people are transferring energy, and you don't want to just pick up just anybody's energy. You want to always be surrounded by high vibrations, and make sure that you are always staying in high vibration. You know, with being chosen, a lot of times we have open hearts. You know what I'm saying? We want to help a lot of people, but you can't help everybody. You got to always protect your peace at the end of the day. Peace.
So before I go, I just want to make it very clear that I do truly believe that we are at war, and the war is for our energy and our frequency. There are lower vibrations here that seek to lower our vibrations and keep us from doing the work that we were sent to do, which is to raise the overall frequency here on Earth to help others elevate. When you begin to do this, you have to keep in mind that this is a journey. So once you become awakened, it does not end there. You're literally just beginning everything. So there will be entities that are not happy at the fact that you are raising your frequency and that you are trying to stay in that light. So they will come and try and attack you from every angle, from unexpected angles, from expected angles, from anything that they are aware of that will lower your frequency, or things that you know you used to crash out or go off or just feed into negative energy. You could and would be attacked by those things. And it is our jobs to make sure that we stay on path and we stay on point so that we do continue to elevate on this journey, because it's not over till it's over, meaning you will be tested throughout this journey. And it is our jobs to make sure that we keep our frequencies high and our protection field strong, so that when those tests come and those lower energies do come face to face with us, we'll be able to handle them. And one of the best ways to handle them is by not giving them your energy at all and by staying silent. And I hope this video helps some people to understand that more. And I really do thank you for being here and for watching this video. I would really love to hear what you guys think about this. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye for now.